vain.
Never talk to the air in vain.
Yeah, instead talk to the air in greed. Sometimes pride, always in pride, but only sometimes in, pride, Hey, we're so gay here!
Hey!
But
I think I'm funny, you guys. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I think I'm hilarious.
Wait, hold on.
You are hilarious.
Let me just hit the button for the laugh track. Click.
I chose that moment to take a drink, damn it.
You guys need to stop indulging me. You're making me too powerful. Grandma has broken out of the hospital and is laying waste to the land.
Oh God, is going to breach containment.
Snailpocalypse has begun.
The snocalypse.
I, for one, welcome our new snail overlord.
Snoverlord, or Snail Overlord. Okay, before I let you guys get me any more off track, which is going to happen a lot, I can already tell. The vibes today are, I had a COVID shot about 3 days ago, so just so everybody who's listening in is warned, those are the vibes. We're going to get a little bit of plot done, because I'm going to shove it at the very beginning, before these chuckleheads can do anything, and then after that, I promise nothing. They'll probably still find ways to do plot, because again, they figured out a way to open the portal within the first episode, which I thought was going to take at least 3, but
snail. Oh, my darling snail.
I need you to understand, this is a delightful confusion. This is not me saying that is bad. This is me utterly delighted that you guys managed to do that.
I quietly lean over to the rest of you, so we're all gonna, derail this, right?
Yeah. Like, my hand is already on the lever.
Perfect.
I brought the dynamite. I don't have a lighter.
Don't worry, I've got a lighter.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
No, wait, no, we'll save for later.
Yeah.
I can just already tell I'm never gonna be able to slide solidly into an intro. Not with these chuckle fucks. I love you so much. Anyway, welcome to Thrilling Stuff. In the future, I will be able to put the title of the arc in this point. We'll save it so it's like a cold open, if you can count it as a cold open if we giggle through the first, 5 minutes. We're not gonna worry about that. Before we get into the stuff, which makes it even less of a cold open, would my players like to introduce themselves and their characters?
I feel like I want to introduce Fable.
Are we gonna do it so that it's one down for everybody? Unity introduces breaks and everybody introduces the person below you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Go for it.
I am all for this.
You know what?
I'm terrified.
You know what? Because everybody is going to be able to see both who's talking and the entire list of characters because of the amazing way that my brain was able to make this work. Fucking go for it. I will not stop you.
I would like to introduce below me. Or, well, respectively, I don't... Yeah, Fable's down at the bottom there on the screen. Yeah,
alphabetically. I should probably swap it so that it's more alphabetical again, because I thought that Fable was not going to be able to participate at the beginning as much as they are, but...
and then I kick down the door.
It.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Fable is absolutely amazing. Extremely talented. And he has 2 characters, one of which is named Joe Kindler. It's absolutely fantastic, and he has a van. That's pretty impressive. And the other one is Terry, who is having a time, as I recall from last session.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Be-masked, tiny, not quite as feral as Katie, but feral child? Yeah, a little
50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
Feral level exactly halfway.
Polite feral. They're polite feral.
Yeah, like an optimist. It's like the feral is half full.
Yeah.
So Terry is a glass.
Fragile?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong. God. Thank you,
Oh my
Briggs. Thank you
God.
for that lovely introduction. I loved it. And now it's my turn to introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the table, Hex, the lovely Hex Levis, the player of Jesse McKenzie and Katie Hatfield. Assuming Katie is not dead.
Katie is fine.
Sure.
Probably.
Missing it.
She's doing
MIA.
great.
MIA.
She's having an adventure.
Missing an
Yes.
adventure.
No,
Wink.
she's having one. It's fine. Everything's fine. Katie's doing great.
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. And I would like, who am I introducing? I am introducing, oh, good!
Oh no?
And below me in the order is my wonderful, my most beloved of violent siblings, Kraken, who is playing both Shannon Goswick, who we have not seen yet, but it's fine, and Connor McCarthy, the politest little gentleman you have ever met.
Perfect boy.
Just the perfect little gentleman,
Can
who
do
is
nothing
also
wrong.
feral.
On the
Surprise.
side, as like a side hustle.
Yeah, the feral side hustle.
Gotta get those somehow.
Oh man.
Oh.
Which means it's my turn to introduce Uni. Fantastic, wonderful Uni, who is playing Gillian Green, who we've also not met. That's probably fine, right?
That's
fine.
Oh, that's 1,000% fine. Why would it be anything but fine? It's perfectly fine.
Exactly.
I don't know why
And
you
Mason
guys are
Ramsey.
worried, honestly.
Mason Ramsey, who is 0% feral and is insulted that you insinuate anything otherwise.
He is so normal. Why is everyone else so feral? Why can't you be normal?
Never.
Mason is having the best time of his life and will continue to do so.
This is an egregious lie, and he is also insulted that you would lie about his state of mind. Okay, hi. I guess that just leaves me to introduce my dear, my wonderful, my lovely friend, Briggs, who is also cool and neat and fun to be around.
You said this.
Yeah, you did.
You started it, Uni's gonna
Consequences
finish
of my
it.
actions. No.
Hellish.
You done this today, now
And
lie
Briggs
in
is
it.
playing Mellifera Apis. Did I say that right?
Yeah,
no?
you got it.
Who is covered in bees! Or rather, is the bees. Is so many bees.
Is the bee's knees.
He's all the way down.
Yes, the bees. Oh, they're in my eyes. And
Oh, God.
Timothy Timble, Tim, wonderful boy, shaped like a brick. Just, yeah, as we always describe him, mini fridge child.
It's just so accurate of a description. We can't think of anything else.
It's such a, it evokes such a powerful image. Like,
I feel like we haven't yet mentioned enough the fact that he also has frosted tips.
Yes.
yes, he does.
So if you were to imagine a child Guy Fieri,
Yes.
Oh my god, you're
Don't
right.
learn. That's just what
Oh,
it
shit.
made.
Oh,
all right. And anyway, that leaves me. And I'm Snail. Obviously, I will be playing literally everybody else. Oh my god, what did I get myself into? She says with a grin. And I mean, I said this was supposed to be a cold open, so there's really not much more to do than pop it open with the boys. Although, ironically, we're starting with a girl. Hey, Gillian.
Oh.
Oh.
Everybody feel free to sit tight for a second. Hey, Gillian.
yeah.
So, today was weird.
Like how weird?
How weird. So, just in case any of my players are confused, Uni and I had a little chitty chat about what exactly Gillian knows. Don't worry, she'll be able to say in her own words how much she knows. But what was weird about today was you got a message in a way that you haven't ever intentionally gotten a message before. So you are out doing your field work, which you should not be doing because you are a computer programmer, but you were assigned it by the company, and by golly, the pay is just this shade good enough not to leave, even though there are many, how do you say, concerning signs. But as you were trying to locate the aforementioned bees, who are currently not where you thought they would be. I'm so sorry. I could do this. I could fucking do this. Okay. So from your radio, which you definitely did get that by legitimate means, right?
It's business property, and she has it on business work, and it's normal to have a business radio while doing business field work, okay? Mm-hmm. Don't stop asking questions.
I would never imagine to ask more questions after such a solid and coherent answer. But as you were out trying to locate your bees, from the radio, from which you have not gotten any communication aside from occasionally finding the channel where Tim and Mason are most often arguing with each other, you got a pretty stock standard broadcast that told you to come back to, let me make sure that I say this name right because I'm going to have to say it a lot, Melodize Headquarters, which is the name of your company. And then afterwards, you got a message on your BlackBerry saying the exact same thing. But it's really strange that you got it also through the radio, because again, you haven't gotten broadcasts from your radio before. So currently you are out and about. Let me start by asking, where were you looking for the bees that they were not?
Well, bees, they hang out in, people have those little hutches for them, right? Where people live in, where people live and the bees live in the hutch place. The people don't live in the hutch. That would be ridiculous. What are you talking about? But there's a place where they usually are living and apparently aren't anymore. Maybe, I mean, it's the seasons are changing. Bees can be migratory. It's going somewhere warm for the winter. That's a thing bees do, right?
I'm definitely sure that bees do that and don't just hibernate. Definitely. So would you say that the location that you're looking is like a somewhat large apiary, or just a place where people have mentioned a bunch of bees were seen? Where exactly are you? / how close are you to Melodize headquarters?
At an apiary, I think, because that, that's a logical place to be. Mm-hmm. It's probably like, she took her car to get here. It's not a short walk from headquarters, but it is not a long drive either.
Yeah. Like 30-minute walk, 5-minute drive sort of thing. Melodize headquarters is on the outskirts of town, so it makes sense that a place that wouldn't want to be disturbed too much, like an apiary, would be around the same area.
Yeah.
All right, and how'd you approach this place? Did you just try to, like, knock on the door, ask anybody, hey, have you seen some weird bees? Or did you, like, try to snoop around? What was your angle?
Yeah, she is trying to peek around for any sign of, suspicious activity. She has no idea what they're actually sending her to do here. It's, like, what is she supposed to do? Is she supposed to see a bee and know what normal bee behavior is and report if it's not acting according to bee behavior? She's not a bee expert. Okay.
Would you like to...
I feel...
Sorry, go ahead.
Like, she is genuinely just like, do I sit here and wait a while and just wait for knowledge to beam into my brain about how to react to bees, and when that doesn't work, go back to my job?
Why don't you roll Investigate a Mystery for me?
Oh, good.
I swear, you guys will be able and allowed to roll so many more things than this. The start of the mystery is just always heavy with Investigate a Mystery, and you guys have got 2 mysteries, because, like...
So many mysteries.
There are a lot of mysteries right now.
Oh, good. Okay. So she rolled a 6, she has a +1, so that's a 7.
All right. Good news. Nothing bad happens. And also, you get to hold 1. So just as a quick reminder, you can ask me, what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What is it going to do? Or what's being concealed here? Although, I can only give you answers based on what you're doing, where you're at. So I do have to be honest, I likely will not be able to give you much, but there's still a chance.
You know what? After a certain point of her just, like, sort of watching the apiary from afar and feeling stupid, she's, like, going to go to, like, a worker there and be like, hi, so, I was hoping to learn about bees. Can you tell me about just bees? Let me, all the fun knowledge, the thrill of learning about bees. So she is trying to learn, what sort of creature is it?
All right. Hey, fun question. Jesse?
Yeah.
Do you often work at the apiary, or, like, have you, like, maybe started working at the apiary since, you know, making a friend? It's okay if you say no. You are allowed to say no. This one's a genuine question rather than a leading question.
Yeah, I feel like, legit, he probably didn't, just because of the attitude that he kind of projects is, like, he might have gone to check it out, but I don't think he would have gotten a... Yeah, I don't think he would have gotten a job.
Fair enough. So instead you get this really friendly bumpkin that's just like, well, let's see, what exactly is excited about bees? Well, obviously, you know, they make honey. And he sort of, like, nudges your arm like, you know they make honey. Everybody knows bees make honey. He's like, they're sort of, like, sedentary during the winter. They have to hibernate, you see. It's why they make the honey, so that they can eat it during the winter and they can stay safe and blah, 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 blah. I will go ahead and say, from what you can get from this hick talking at you, like, he's trying to talk with you, but he's just rambling on at you. For the most part, these bees have not been acting in the way that you have definitely seen the creature that you accidentally encountered and have since been sent to been sort of, like, told to follow along after. They haven't been here recently, but the guy sort of like keeps rambling and sort of goes, yeah, and it was really weird. One day there was like, you remember a couple months back, there was that whole like stars falling and it was going everywhere, and the bees got real agitated. Like, we still honestly don't even know what's going on. There was like this little pock, just like in the ground, you know, like a pothole, but like, sort of like dead everywhere, but like that it sure wasn't there yesterday, but it could have been a meteorite, so it wasn't like anything like that, but like the bees were freaking out for days, man. They were going out of their apiaries. They were so freaked out. Like, again, they hibernate. They don't come out during winter. Like, there could be a snowstorm anytime, blah 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 blah. He continues rambling on, but you now know, a couple months back, something did happen here. But since then, not much. So...
Golly, that is so interesting. Thank you for your just truly insightful lecture. It was, gosh, just such a pleasure. Not sure what's up with that star thing, but probably, I don't know, Northern Lights, causes weird stuff with, animals, and, magnetism can screw with their sense of direction. That's my guess on how that works, but I came here to learn about bees, which I love. I love how much you've told me about bees now. I'm going to leave. Have a goodbye.
Don't be a stranger now, you hear? The guy sort of like waves you off. I'm sorry, he is one to know enough. I will not give him a name unless you demand me by coming back to this apiary, which you guys now likely will. I have now screwed myself, but we're not giving him a name yet.
Gillian definitely didn't ask his name.
Alright, so as you're turning, fortunately... fortunately is a strong way to say it, but you get the excuse to turn away by your radio crackling on, and a polite voice saying, "Please return to HQ. I repeat, please return to Melodize HQ. I repeat, please return to me." And your BlackBerry sort of like beeps at you and pings, and the exact same message is displayed on its screen. I think that's how BlackBerries work. Please, God, let that be how BlackBerries work.
It has been a million years since the 90s. None of us remember how BlackBerries work.
If you are somebody who remembers how BlackBerries work and that's not how they work, I am so fucking sorry. I love you.
God damn, doesn't even know how BlackBerries work.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they can act like pagers.
I want to say that it usually was the number that was calling you that was displayed.
Yeah, it's a number displayed, but
then
hey,
anyway,
it's a fancy sci-fi thing.
Yeah,
they could display a short message.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was going for, and not because I falsely remembered how BlackBerries work, because I am a couple of years too young to be playing in this specific time range.
You are so fine. Everything's fine.
Why did I do this to myself? She says, as if she's not extremely excited to continue playing through all of the other stuff that's slightly more modern.
Gillian works for a weird company. It stands to reason they have some slightly more modern things.
Yeah, totally. So Gillian, you've now got this radio message, which again, you haven't really gotten radio messages before, at least not on the like broadcast ranges that you definitely haven't been obsessively checking through every time you think about it, which is more than once an hour, because you're definitely not worried about the fact that you have this radio that you have for business purposes.
Of course not. It's a normal thing to have, and it's a normal radio, and she's not worried about it. No one knows anything, least of all her, and it's so normal. Everything's normal. This message is so normal, and they're probably sending it to everyone for normal reasons, and she's not going to worry about it. It's going to be fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's okay. She's going to go, and it's going to be great. Everyone is thrilled about this development.
They sure are. I'm gonna put a pin in that, everybody. I swear you guys will get to play. So Gillian's going back to HQ. Hey, Katie.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So here's what you know so far. The first part of an adventure is actually pretty boring. At least this adventure, because like you had the whole thing where like it was all really excited because things happened and crystal and big portal and like it sounded like static, and then you were bumped and you saw Terry, but then things closed, and then you were in this magic, awesome, super cool liquid crystal land, and for the past 20 minutes nothing else has happened.
Nothing has happened. Nothing has jumped out at her.
Nothing.
The immediate, oh my god, this is so cool, ended after about 5 minutes, and now she's just kind of like exploring. It's still interesting because something might still happen, but wow, there is not a lot. She's looking around, and I'm trying to decide if it would be, I think it would probably be investigate a mystery, maybe? But
why don't you read a bad situation for me?
ooh, okay. Let me jump to, that's sharp. Okay, so Katie at least has one sharp. Do. Ooh! Okay, that's a 6 and a 3 plus 1, so that's a 10.
Oh, that's brilliant. You get to ask me 3 separate questions.
Oh boy.
So, once again, just to review, the questions are, what's my best way in? That one's probably not going to be too helpful because you're already in.
Yeah.
What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims?
Well, given the current situation, I would like to know, are there any dangers that we haven't noticed? What the biggest threat is, and what is most vulnerable to me? Katie is not concerned with getting out yet.
Like, okay, it has been, like, a little boring, but it hasn't been that boring. It's still, like, an amazing foreign world. Understand?
Exactly.
Okay, so are there any dangers we haven't noticed? So, as Katie has sort of, like, looked around, slowly started exploring, the scene they've seen before them is, again, pretty much an entire world made of crystal. Even the river that they've mostly kept beside is like liquidized rock rather than water or stuff like that. It doesn't exactly seem hot. At least it's not hot enough that you can't, like, walk beside it like lava would be.
Okay.
But it did pool like safely in your room.
Yeah,
so
on
it's
the
not
on
like
the rug.
it's not like burning. And you were able to collect it in a cup, so it also didn't like melt the glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sort of like this just silvery liquid, but it doesn't look like actual silver in the way. Actual silver has sort of this like reflectiveness and light. This, although it's still a similar color, it doesn't reflect light the way that a lot of metallic things in our world do.
Okay.
So it's still technically sort of like a grayish color, but it's not pulling in light the same way. As you look around, you also see there's like sheets of the crystal, which is what you're standing on. But there are sort of these outcroppings of crystal, and as you sort of like look at them, they're not exactly trees. You're not in a cave, so it's not like stalactites and stalagmites. And it's by no means a how do you say, organic formation like a tree would be. It's more like parts of the ground just started sprouting out of the ground. Like how if you... Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you were to imagine looking at let's say the Grand Canyon. You see all of those lines within the Grand Canyon, which is like the different layers of sediment. For the most part, the ground is level, but there are sometimes these lines that at times will have these different types of crystal formations opening out of them that looks like a different texture than the mostly flat ground.
Gotcha. Okay.
It looks like those would be a lot easier to do something to or do something with than the river itself or the ground.
Okay.
If you sort of like look further, you can see that there are mountains, hills probably, but with the way that the ground is so weird, you have no idea if it's like a 5-minute walk or it would take 3 days to get there. It's just everything is so foreign, you can't even guess distances right.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Nothing seems, outside of this river, nothing seems to be moving or alive, correct?
Nothing.
Cool. Then in that case, Katie's going to approach one of these weird tree formation things. And is gonna give it like a flick. Like a, does it make a noise? Flick.
Oh, not only does it make a noise, but the noise it makes. So, does everybody remember the THX sound?
Oh.
So, since it was merely a flick, it does not make the volume of that sound, which is just ear blowing out no matter how low you turn it. But there is this moment where the crystal like starts to make a vibration sound, and then as it grows through the rest of the formation, it makes different harmonies that conflict with each other and like branch off and then sort of ring into the emptiness.
Oh. Katie has covered her ears. There is no remote with which to scramble for. Oh, that is a bad noise. Don't flick the tree. Good to know.
I will mention, though, oddly, again, since it was just a flick, it wasn't loud. It was just so discordant. So
Yeah.
there was nothing, again, sort of like organic in the chords. The way that most of the time when humans like make these noises, they always try to resolve at the end. There was no resolution. It just rung in the air quietly, distorted as anything, and then eventually petered off.
Ooh, okay. Kinda actually did not enjoy that at all. Yeah, did not enjoy that. Okay. Well, does placing her hand on it cause a reaction? Because
it did cause
like
a
just-
reaction initially.
Okay.
Well, with the... Sorry, hang on. Let me explain myself before I give you the wrong impression. With the crystal that came out of Natalie, there obviously was that momentary reaction. With this crystal, there doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
You sort of, like, realize that, like, this world, I guess, is, like... The room temperature of this world is a couple degrees higher than what you normally would have as room temperature. So it's obviously not painfully hot. It's also not deadly cold. But when you, like, feel the crystal, you can feel that it's the same basic temperature. So it's not, like, hotter than the air or colder than the air. The stuff seems to have been around for as much as anything else has. And it doesn't, like, glow or shake or anything with your gentle touch.
Okay. Okay. That's, me filing that away. Katie just going, aw, boring.
All right. Remind me of what questions you asked so that I make sure that I actually answered all of them. I feel like I might have missed one.
Dangers we haven't noticed and biggest threat. And then most vulnerable to me.
Okay, I got most vulnerable to me. Dangers we have. Oh. I just love you guys so much. Have I told you that?
Oh, God.
Have I told
Oh
you
dear.
that? So, any dangers that you haven't noticed have already been answered with the fact that, no, not really, but, you've been traveling along this river and watching as essentially nothing happens, and then focused on this tree. So when it first happens in the midst of all of this sort of like yellow, it's like primarily yellow, but there's a tinge of green in just everything. Like, you don't realize how little colors are affected by most oxygen until you're, like, in a room where all of the colors are tinted one way. So, like, most of the time you would say, like, what color is the air? You would say, oh, it's yellow, it's blue. You have now firmly within your soul discovered that there is nothing about the air itself that is the color yellow, because now that you're here, everything is yellow and it looks nothing like the world where you live in. Everything is this color. There's and the green that's like that's like part of the color, there's nothing foresty about it. There's nothing grassy about it. Honestly, as much as I hate to say it, there's nothing even puke colored about it. It's just there in a way that is mixed with the yellow, where you still want to say yellow is the predominant flavor, but the green is still there and it's nothing like what you know.
Okay.
Which means
That's
that... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you sure? You can make your comment.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Okay. So as you've been looking and been seeing just this consistency of the color, it does catch your eye when you see sort of this black and white staticky thing out in front of you. Hey, Gillian.
Yeah.
So you've arrived back at headquarters. You're right, it was not a long drive. And you've come in and, like, parked your car, started to come in, like, the elevators are always slow, so you started just going up the stairs, and you swipe your key card, and it beeps, but it flashes red.
There is just, like, an immediate sense of, like, oh god, what happened? What does this mean? It's probably fine. It just didn't read it right. Swipe it again.
It does, again, beep, but the color it flashes is, again, red, not the normal green that immediately, like, ka-chunks the lock. There's no sound aside from the beep that sort of, like, echoes up the stairways. It's kind of quiet in here.
That's fine. She's fine. It's gonna be fine. She's gonna... You know what? She'll take the elevator. The elevator is fun. She's so tired. The stairs is exhausting. She's gonna take the elevator.
All right. You walk back down the stairs, go to the elevator. There's, like, 2 people milling around, and they sort of, like, look at you and immediately nod, like, the elevator didn't, the stairs didn't work for you. Something is clearly up with the key cards. Like, I haven't done anything wrong, so, like, clearly something up. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
This, technology is always on the fritz here. Oh, you think we could... Good. Fine, it's normal.
So they punch a button that's like floor 3, one that's floor 5. What floor do you normally have to check in with? Is it like up high? Is it just like second floor?
She's probably on, like, how many floors is this place, can I ask?
I would say probably 7 floors, which is pretty tall for a nowhere land, but they're like short floors. Like somebody clearly like repurposed this place. Like it was originally a very tall warehouse, and then they just like shoved as many floors in there as they could manage.
Yeah. I think where Gillian is right in the middle on the 4th floor, so it's like it's still kind of a pain in the ass to walk up all those flights of stairs to get there, but also it's not like you got a great view, you've got a position of prominence high up in the building. It's just right in the least interesting place for it to be.
And the reason that you would still even bother to go upstairs is it's stupid slow to go up the elevator. Like, one time you were particularly bored and you realized that it took over 3 minutes to get from the 1st floor to the 4th floor. Because it just always, like, does the shaky thing, does the, like, ka-chunk whenever it hits a new floor, and somebody's always trying to go to a lower floor than you, so they never go all the way to the 4th floor on the first try. You lose both of the guys as they sort of like wave at you amicably, and you get the shaking of the elevator. You double check the occupancy, and it's still at like 10. There's only you in there, but the way that these elevators work, they're just so freaking freaky that you're like, nobody should be allowed in these, except actually it's fine. I forgot, of course. It's actually fine. So there's nothing wrong with these elevators as they shake and tip and make you almost seasick. And the door opens. And let me just double check what moves you can do.
Uh-oh.
Roll to act under pressure for me.
Cool.
This is fine.
Fine.
Everything's great
fine.
forever.
So that's act under pressure.
Under cool.
Oh, yeah. So she didn't roll super great. She does have a +2, so that's good. And so that comes to a total of 7.
A total of 7. All right. Great news. You do not start out with being the first person to take harm in this game.
Oh, jeez.
Yay!
So that's great. So the door opens on your floor where everything is fine, and you see something impossible. There is a man outside of the door, and he's clearly a man because he has brown hair and he has black eyes, and part of him is wearing a science coat. One of those that you see the scientists wearing. They're actually one floor up, so he definitely shouldn't be there. But there's more than one reason that he definitely shouldn't be there. Because as you just keep looking at him, you see light reflecting through him in a way that's clearly impossible, because over half of this man is still man-shaped, but is made out of crystal. And he slams you against the wall of the elevator, and he whispers, "It sang for me again." And as he smiles, he throws you back out of the door. The elevator doors close, and as you fall onto your back and your hips and stumble and try to get back up, you pat at your side and suddenly realize you no longer have your key card.
Oh.
Everyone, welcome to Thrilling Stuff. Arc 1, Harmonize, Crystallize.
Oh, I hate that.
I love it.
Oh.
Fear.
Lovely.
Big
Love
fear.
What an immensely normal day!
Gillian having a normal one.
Just the most normal! Everything's great! This poor woman.
You guys have no idea how happy I am that I got to do that right.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Oh.
Okay. And now you guys do have the ability to see the actual title screen.
Oh shit.
Oh, oh yes.
That's cool.
Nice.
Okay. I'm so
Snail's going mad with power, folks.
I'm so happy.
This is the start of Snail's degeneration into villain
This
mode.
is serotonin thing. Just hearing snails.
This snail is so happy.
Serotonin.
Serotonin.
Absolutely blissed on serotonin.
You guys have to stop. I have to stop. Okay, I'm good. I'm great. I'm amazing. But I'm also
You are.
definitely
Hell yeah,
able
you
to
are.
continue talking.
Uh-huh.
So, I could do this. I can do
Breathe.
this.
Breathe, Snail.
You got this.
So, Tim, Connor, and Mason. How are you three
Hi.
doing?
Are we opening up like right after the lady drove away, or is it like the next day? What's our context? Connor's frustrated. Almost had information.
So close. I think you're right. I think it would have to be the next day, just because the hospital's far away enough. Even if all of you had bikes, which you don't, even then it would still be like a long way to go. And
also, how strict is Mason about curfew?
Yeah, that's the thing. He's pretty darn strict about curfew.
I mean, yeah. he is not in charge of your life, unfortunately, despite his best efforts. But he certainly isn't getting home after his curfew. So he's going to probably drag Tim along because they're neighbors.
Come on, Mason, just once.
You say that all the time, Tim. All right.
Not going to get in trouble about this, okay? Last thing we need is more people knowing that we're doing stuff, that like listening and eavesdropping in on conversations. So we're going to go home and not get in trouble, okay? And doctors said she's okay, and we'll figure it out, and it's fine. So a little bit of Gillian with the "it's fine" in me. Sorry, I need to find other synonyms.
You are absolutely wonderful, Uni, my darling. It just emphasizes how close they are in their current brain, and how eventually they may grow further away, or they may grow closer in the way that they think about things. And it's definitely not just a residual fact of the fact that I made you go from one character to the other without any warning. I apologize. All right, so given that it is the next day, hey, Fable.
Hey, Snail.
Is Terry in school today?
Oddly enough, yes, because as much as Terry wants to go do something else, that's not a fight Terry can really win with their parents, because education and school are very important to them.
And Terry, unfortunately, is very small.
Very small, and she has no money. So you can imagine the kind of pressure that they are under.
Yeah, so, it's probably like... Okay, you guys tell me, with, all of the chaos that happened, when would be the first time that the bigger kids would all swarm around each other? Would they try to meet before the first class even starts? Would they wait a couple classes and then as soon as they have like homeroom, collect with each other? Would they wait till lunch?
Probably meeting up on the way to school, I would assume.
Yeah.
They live close enough.
If they're all close enough, yeah. If not, then lunch or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in the halls.
Do they all have, like, they don't all have the same classes, I imagine.
I didn't get that impression in episode 1, no.
No.
Yeah, no.
Except Jim.
Yeah, we all have gym together.
The worst class, you all get to at least share the misery.
Yeah. And yeah, so probably they wouldn't, like, they might be able to have a sort of hasty conversation with each other in the halls between classes, but lunch would be the first time they really get to talk, I bet.
All right.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So 3 of you intentionally, like, find an alcove that you don't normally sit in so that you can all be together. And Terry, you get to see that the big kids are all sort of collecting with each other. I will not, however, force you to approach them yet. Do you choose to?
Yes, and I want to say, as just like the last 24 hours, Terry has had both their backpack and their drawing pad hugged to their chest the entire time. They have not let either out of their sight. And so the moment they see that all the big kids together, because they actually were like, okay, if I'm going to school, I may as well keep an eye out for people that you know, Katie knew, that are also Katie's friends, the cool kids. And there they go all together. I need to, and Terry's immediately gonna, as soon as they see them, all the other kids go, they're gonna follow with their stuff. And backpack that still has the thermos and the little crystal baggie.
Yeah.
Like Tim is absolutely like looking out over the heads of the crowds and just being like, it's weird that you missed like after school wrestling, and like I haven't seen her at all like in the halls today. Like, where is Katie?
Normally we walk to like school together, so I don't. Guys, is she sick?
I didn't hear anything.
Snail, can I sneak up on them?
Let me see how we would do that, because the answer is yes. I just want to see how.
Yeah.
Literally,
I just want to do it for funny. The funny thought of Terry just suddenly being there.
Yes. Roll me act under pressure, because that would be stressful when you're a very small child.
Under pressure, that is... Oh, it's plus cool. Oh, dear. Wait, actually, is my cool? Oh, no, my cool is actually... It's plus 1. That's actually not bad.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 6, a 2, a 6, 8 plus 1. That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay. I still have to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
I feel like Terry might already have a hard choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely do sneak up on them, but now you have to decide, do you start casually as your life is crumbling around your ears and you have probably killed your best friend and babysitter, or do you just spill the beans and know that you will inevitably incur their wrath for killing their friend and your favorite babysitter?
These thoughts occur to Terry as she's getting closer and closer, and her mind is just thinking, oh no, they're gonna hate me. Gonna hate me forever, and we'll never be friends, and I'll still be no, I heard Katie's their friend, and maybe they'll know what to do because they're smart, they're bigger than me, so they gotta know what to do. And so I just imagine as they're talking, at some point Terry is just gonna be standing there with their backpack is still basically slung around their arms, but just on their chest. But they have their drawing pad out that just said on the front says Katie, and they're just standing there waiting to be noticed.
Oh.
That may take a hot minute. Oh
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Yeah, Tim's looking up. Here.
She got, I don't know, distracted. She took that crystal thing and was flitting with it, and I bet she just got... she stayed up late and slept in.
What if she got superpowers and is, like, exploring her newfound abilities?
Most likely she thinks she got superpowers and is gonna try and summon horses or something. I don't know.
Nah.
Wolves. She summoned wolves. And besides, if she did get powers, she'd tell me first, and I wouldn't even be in school. So there.
Well,
We'll just have to go.
Itself.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry?
Terry is standing there, shaking like a leaf while holding their drawing pad.
Oh. Wait. Kate, have you seen Katie?
They pat it and nod, and then they fumble a little bit as they turn the paper over, and it shows that scene at school where the girl had thrown up the crystal and all of you guys were there, and then you see in the background you see Terry had been there and had seen that and had seen Katie take it. They turn it over again, and now you see it's Katie in in her room with Terry at the window with messing with the crystal. Flips the page. It is now still same location, but now with the portal there and the crystal cracked, and Katie looking, whoa! Turns it again. Shows now Terry has run inside. Flip, bumped into Katie. Flip again. Katie in portal. Flip, portal closed. Flip, Terry alone in the room with just the crystal and stuff. Flip again. Terry with their sketch pad with you guys, telling you this.
Prepared.
I would kill for Terry.
Man.
I would kill for Terry.
I love this so much. I do need to ask how good drawings these are and how likely it is that the boys understood any of that.
They are stick figures. You can tell which one is Terry because Terry drew their mask, which is just a square. They drew an approximate of Katie's hair on the other stick figure.
It's just a big ol' squiggle.
Yeah, I leave it to. I don't know if Snail wants to make you guys roll. I will leave it to you if you understand any of it.
Is Tim like depicted as a circle figure instead of a stick figure?
Yes.
Good.
And he's got the little spikes on his head to,
Good.
to show the frosted tips.
I mean, so the thing is, it's probably up to you guys how much you can get from this. Because, for example, Mason, I can already tell, not gonna believe that this is anything but a panicked, freaked out drawing. But keep it in mind that this is like stick figures and blocky houses and square-shaped windows. If you... Again, it literally depends on, can you possibly believe this children's drawing that depicts something insane, like entering a squiggle to something else?
What were you? I'm sorry. I don't.
I like how you got my frosted tips right. It's pretty good.
Okay. So you were playing with Katie and
Flip. They go to the part where they're watching Katie from the window.
Okay, so you were stalking Katie.
Watching.
And you went in and
Flip, Katie in portal. Flip, portal close.
Okay, so Katie went. Was she? Okay, so. Okay, go through it one more time, like slower.
Flip, and back to the beginning. Flip.
Okay. Oh, I think that's Natalie. See the ponytail? Oh,
And
that's a crystal.
Flip.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
I think
Flip.
No, you're right. I think that's Natalie.
okay.
Flip.
Okay,
So-
is this...
Okay.
Okay, it's Katie... Oh, that's a bed. That's a bed. She must be in her bedroom.
Terry
It's
nods.
Katie's bedroom?
Terry nods.
Okay. Okay, so... Then... This... A door? A jellyfish? What is this squiggle?
Terry,
Like it was dark in there? I don't.
Terry takes their sketch back, flips to an empty page, and quickly pulls out a crayon, writes, turns it back around, and it just says door.
Door. Okay, so door falls through.
She's in
Door
her
closes and disappears.
closet.
Terry shakes their head, turns the squiggles back on the page again, turns it back around. Crystal place.
The crystal?
Terry nods, and they'll tuck their pad between their backpack and them, and reach into their backpack and actually take their lunchbox out, open it, and actually take out the plastic baggie with the broken crystal in it.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Though that's definitely Katie's teeth marks on there.
Terry nods.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? It's a rock. How can you identify her teeth marks on a
Man,
broken
you
You've
rock?
never been bitten by her, then.
It's oh my god.
I have had, like, scabs in her, like, the shape of her teeth. Like, they're right there. See? Still healing.
It's a broken rock. It's not. You can't. Okay, listen, kid.
Terry just
I know.
stares.
I know that she breaks stuff all the time, and I don't know what you were doing at her place, and I guess she got.
Terry stuffs the crystal back in their backpack, closes it, takes the drawing pad, starts madly scribbling as Mason is talking. Turns back around and says, Katie gone.
Ah, yeah. Don't like that.
Everyone, please take a moment to pause.
Oh.
As you hear a familiar voice say,
The hell are you dorks doing?
Ah! Ah!
Hi!
Oh.
for everybody who cannot see, oh boy, I don't know if you'll show up on the thingamahoozy. Abby is here. I will figure out a way
shit.
to make Abby and Jade, whenever they have a guest role, come in. In the meantime, sorry, please know that Abby is here. I will figure out how to do the stuff. They are currently guest starring as Ash. Two of you knew Ash relatively well. It was Tim and Connor, correct? I'm asking Abby, not you guys. Don't worry, you guys won't know this yet.
Okay.
Trying to remember.
Context, please.
Been a while since we discussed.
Yes, we're both frantically searching.
Scroll up faster.
Okay.
Fine function faster.
I was wrong. It's Connor and let's see, Connor. Yes, Connor and Tim.
Okay, cool.
You both know Ash because you guys are were close friends with her. Over the summer, something happened, and she has been basically freezing you out since then. You guys don't even know what weird stuff happened. There was a divorce, and, like, her dad got remarried, but, like, she has been so far out of you guys' lives that you guys are honestly pretty astonished to see her with her lunch tray, peering over you guys and seeing Katie gone, as she squints at you guys.
Connor's been, like, anxiously chewing a thumbnail while Tim and Mason just go off interrogating Terry. But upon seeing Ash, fine. Been froze up, fine. Like, Connor just straight up turns his back.
Ooh.
It was in the air.
Terry has shoved their drawing pad back between their backpack and themselves to hide it.
We're busy. There's no room here. See? Terry's got this spot.
Did you hear something, Connor?
Oh!
Or I heard the wind.
I might have heard something that was, like, it was a little grating on the ears. I don't know.
Fine, don't tell me, assholes. And she kind of gives the table a kick.
Terry makes a little gasp.
Good lord. An earthquake.
In front of a child!
Terry
swore
covers
in front of Terry.
Terry covers their ears.
Connor covers Terry's ears.
Because Terry is a good kid!
One day Terry's gonna write down the word assholes. We're gonna have to beat up Ash.
Asshole.
Mason doing the gasp, gasp, gasp.
Exactly.
Anyway, where were we?
The table is experiencing an earthquake for some reason.
Okay, yeah, all that aside, I don't understand what the rest of this is, but you're saying Katie left? Is she
Mason.
Gone. Katie gone.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear.
That
Gone has connotations.
Terry
So,
points at
like
Connor
something
and Tiffany
ate her.
and Don.
So is she dead or what? Did you
So as you say that, Terry says nothing for a moment, and then you just see them start to shake a little bit, and then you just hear a little.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
little-
Mason, like, he tenses up and he's like,
And Terry has started crying.
I was.
Okay. Tim doesn't know what to do.
Connor's standing up. Guys, Connor is making to walk away. Connor doesn't intend to spend the rest of the day at school.
Terry, come on. Just like it's just like he's kind of like hovering over Terry. Doesn't know exactly what to do. Oh God! Everything's gonna stare at us.
Oh my God!
They can't stare at us if we're not here. Connor's
They
made it a
killed-
few
they
steps,
killed
turned back
Katie.
around.
Oh my God!
Just
can't.
come on.
Just like Tim just finally picks up Terry under the like underneath the arms and holds her like she's a bomb.
This, weirdly enough, works because it is so out of left. You know when something just so out of left field just confuses you so much, it just completely. The crying has stopped. Terry does not know what to make of the situation now.
Tim does not either. He's just following Connor.
Ashley is just standing here.
She just witnessed all of that.
Is she gonna follow?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think she's just gonna go sulk by herself.
Oh no.
Okay, bye, Ash.
She just
Mason,
flips you guys
like-
off as you go.
We salute
Mason,
thee.
like, he's
To be
freaking
seen again
out
at a
little
later
bit,
time.
because he said it as like sarcastic, try to blow off, and then Terry started crying, and oh God, this kid killed Katie.
You can't do sarcasm in front of a child. It doesn't work. Terry's not old enough to understand sarcasm.
Oh baby.
Oh, honey.
Oh dear. It's lunchtime. It's only halfway through the day. Connor, I think, is going to have to be potentially talked out of playing hooky and taking Terry and going to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, Mason is going to grab Connor's arms. What do you think you're gonna do? We don't know what happened, and
You're the one who brought up what if she's dead.
I wasn't serious. And if she's dead, then what are we going to do? What are we going to, go and find her? I don't know. No, what are we supposed to do? We are kids, and if we go there and find, I don't know, something, what do you think's gonna? We can't do anything. Stop. Like, just think. Think for a second.
The longer we think, the more stuff's going to happen. Like Natalie yesterday, and she's still in the hospital, and something happened with Katie, and now Terry's here, I guess, and Ash. Connor's like scrubbing at his hair.
Hey, okay. Your old friend drama doesn't factor into the rest of this, okay? What we need to do is we need to tell someone that something has gone wrong because we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going on. It's stupid for us to get involved with something like this that is, if he's in trouble, then we need to let someone know. Because we get...
Who are we letting know, Mason?
Her parents probably should know that they're a family.
How are we gonna let them know?
Tell Terry it's got the pictures
You got 50 cents on you? You could use payphones. You wanna call? Tell them Terry, drew squiggles?
We can ask. They've seen Katie today, and they'll tell us that she's fine. They'll tell us that she had a fever or a stomachache from chewing on rocks.
Terry's shaking their head from where they are.
No, okay. You don't know, kid. I'm sorry. I know you probably saw something that was weird, and I don't get it, but I mean, we can't know. We can't know unless we ask people who do know. And
Terry wiggles indignantly into Timmy's arms.
I think Tim just kind of rolls his eyes because Mason's protestations have gone to the dithering stage, and he just pushes Terry into Mason's arms. All right, I got 35 cents. Who's got 15?
Connor's sticking his hands in pockets. I think I've got a dime.
Okay.
Uni, I need to know, how is Mason holding Terry?
I mean, how, he probably put Terry down immediately because he's not that strong a kid.
Terry makes a point of dusting themselves off.
Aww. Mason, you got a nickel somewhere in there?
I've got, hold on. He's able to, rummage through billion pockets in his vest before he finds, some coins.
Terry will also rummage through their backpack for any loose change.
Baby.
So,
Alright, just gotta get 50 cents for the payphone. Alright, he's gonna run over to, where the payphones are. Lift up the receiver, insert the coins, wait until he hears the dial tone, dial Katie's parents' number, and wait.
Connor's hanging off Tim's back, trying to press his phone to the ear also, by the way.
Hello?
Hi, this is Timothy Timble. Is this, Katie's mom? Dad?
Timothy, do you have anything to do with why Katie did not report to school today?
No, actually we were calling you to see, if she was sick or something, because she didn't show up at school.
No, she decided to play hooky, and I have already been informed by the principal that she has decided to play hooky, and she has wisely, foolishly, I do not know, she's decided not to make herself known here. So, if you can...
Did she go home yesterday?
Of course she came home. She must have come home. Listen, I didn't lay eyes on her, but I know my girl, and I know when she eats, and she had her dinner, alright?
Did she have breakfast?
Of course she had breakfast. She must have had breakfast.
Okay,
Terry's, right up against Timothy as well, and looking up and just shaking their head.
Okay, she'll probably want, the test, study guide.
She missed a test? I am going to... Oh, that girl! Listen, if you find out wherever she is playing hooky, you tell her to come home right away. You understand?
Yes. Sir?
It's ma'am, darling.
Yes,
but thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't mind. Stars above. You hear the receiver click.
Okay. Okay, you know what? That sucked. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, she.
I assume like Mason has been like standing back, just sort of like chewing on a knuckle and waiting for the conversation to start sounding normal and fine and great, and it hasn't, and so he's just looking very worried now.
So I think. Well, first off, Katie's mom's home. So it might be risky going over there now, but I think we should.
After school.
Yeah. Oh, okay. After school. That's like. Oh, what is she? It sounds like she's really in danger.
If we go,
Terry nods, like very quickly.
Okay. Connor? Connor, you were gonna pay, you were gonna go. I think maybe if... Mason? You got the walkie-talkie?
of course I do. Fine. If you get in trouble for playing, they're already.
I mean, of all of us, Connor's got the best, chance of, talking his way out of it.
Fine, just.
And we'll be backup, so, Mason, walkie-talkie to Connor. Connor, you to call us, contact us if you need us.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Fine. And this'll. Yeah. Okay. And you could tell, Mason is freaked out that he is not putting up much protest to Connor skipping school anymore.
Yeah.
We're sorry, baby. The world is just falling apart under your feet, but you're doing great. You're not doing great, but you're doing great!
He's doing what he can.
And that, honestly, is enough.
Why is Connor becoming our break-in character?
You always gotta put the suave one as the one who's in
The
weird
face.
places.
He's the face.
He's the face.
Little baby face.
Little baby man.
Little baby man.
Okay. And I guess if Terry's still there,
Yeah, Terry's still there.
Mason's going to look down at them. Did you tell anyone else about, I don't know, whatever this is?
Terry shakes their head. Just shakes their head and points at all of you.
Okay. Gosh, okay.
Gosh.
Well, you don't need to worry, because we're gonna figure it out, and, Katie is hardy. That's the word for what Katie is. And I bet she is fine. And, when weird stuff happens, Katie loves it, and usually causes it. So, I'm sure it's. I bet she's fine and not dead.
Yeah, Tim's nodding and giving thumbs up.
Yeah, Terry kind of slowly looks from Mason over to Timothy and to the others. Like, are you as confident in what he's saying?
Yeah. Have you? He shows the bite marks again. Yeah, Katie's got this.
Terry just gives a sniff and readjusts their mask a little bit, but gives a nod.
Okay.
Oh, and then suddenly they kind of like jump a little bit and they go digging through their backpack again and they produce ta-da! Thermos!
Thermos!
Oh.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Thermos! Oh, what you got in
Okay.
there?
Soup.
Very kind of a Ghibli moment as they kind of put it in one arm and get their drawing pad out again, scribble on it, face it towards them, and it just says crystal water.
Oh.
Oh, like that fancy stuff my mom likes to get. That's like
Terry
fresh
shakes,
or whatever.
Terry shakes their head, scribbles again, and shows from door.
Oh, like rock water?
Rock water.
Katie, it's not Katie. Terry digs in their backpack again and holds up the cracked crystal
Oh.
and holds it with the thermos. Kind of clinks them together to try and get the point across.
Dude, the rock was a gusher.
Gross.
Ew.
Terry just holds them up and
Nice.
shrugs.
Can we see the water?
Yeah, come look inside.
Terry will put the crystal back in their backpack and unscrew their thermos to show the weird water.
All right.
How weird is it?
Well, as all of the kids lean in and the camera slowly pans to show that the water is once again that weird gray, non-reflective liquid color, would y'all like to have a short break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
can be
All
short.
right.
I can't eat food and water, so that's actually a good idea.
Consequences.
To our action.
Way.
I like that Abby shows up when we immediately blow Ash off.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Avi, I'm so sorry. It was
Sorry.
No,
bad blood.
Ash has been there the whole time in the background, glaring at you all.
Good.
I mean,
Fabulous.
you get what you give. Also, Terry doesn't know what to make of this. Not sure if Terry actually knows Ash or not. They seem cool. She seems cool, but the others don't seem to like her, which is odd.
The others do not like her.
Mm-mm.
No.
I was talking to you guys once, and it's immediate violence.
Everybody was violent against everybody, so it was. I couldn't have done anything in that instance. Honestly.
We're so glad to have you here, Abby.
I love you so much.
You unmuted. I was just like, yes.
We love you so much. We are so
We love
sorry.
you.
These children are terrible.
They'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know at least Connor and Tim won't be able to use a motorized scooter. No. Heck you.
Oh man.
God.
And Mason just doesn't know who she is, really, aside from she kind of knew this guy before.
Can I say Terry's immediate thought process of all of you? She thinks Timothy and Connor are really cool. She doesn't know what a narc is, but she does think that Mason's a bit of that.
The narc vibes are strong with this one.
Yeah.
Mhm. She's not wrong.
She does think that Mason's not bad or a jerk, just kind of worried about the wrong things and not right.
Yeah.
Scathing review.
Scathing review from Terry.
1 star.
Ouch.
Anyways, I'm gonna take advantage of the break and get some water.
Yeah.
I will be back. But God, this is so much fun.
Time for sippy.
Yeah.
BRB.
Abby, do you have any type of text that hang on. Did you see the little thing where I've got like our names with different types of text and the icons and all that stuff? What text do you want?
Is noteworthy one? That tends to be my favorite one.
Let me see.
I know it's one in Clip Studio Paint, but here, actually, let me double check that if it's the right one. Yeah, noteworthy bold.
No.
That's my favorite. I use it for all my title cards.
Woo.
Noteworthy font. Free download. That is a good font.
Yeah!
Where on earth do you fit?
Now I just have to remember add font to computer. Okay. So, downloads.
Oh, you fit there. Okay. I have fucked that up.
Uh-oh.
There we go. It's fine. I'm assembling my model. I finished earlier. And so now that we
Nice.
remember...
Also, again, only as you guys have time, but in the thrilling stuff,
I am finishing it up.
pre-established facts, add a reference of your adult and your child with images, just because I need everything collected in one place. Otherwise, I will never find them ever again.
In pre-established facts, yes?
Yeah. It should have like a little, format guide.
There we go.
Me running up there too.
This is such a big gun. Why does it need to be so big?
Why shouldn't it be so big?
It's so big. Hang on, when I finish, I'll get a picture of it up so you can see this monster.
Please do. I must see this monster.
Put that on. There we go. Angle you there. Angle you there. Always weirded out when I have so many parts left over.
Okay, we're gonna have to save Abby's.
I'm making the quickest description ever.
If y'all people who are watching the recording can see the way that I am messing with the fonts to try and make them all the same size and messing with Abby, no you don't.
Fine.
Oh, the artwork.
Yeah.
Ah.
Head won't go on.
Swears.
Swears.
She swore in front of Katie. Or in front of Terry.
Mm-hmm. It's not like her folks care.
Aw.
God.
Finger guns into the abyss.
Yeah. I finger guns and Katie's mom just, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Don't be. This is
Do
good.
not.
That was
It
the
is-
vibes I got from what Hex described the family. That's all I can do.
Yep. Yep. No,
Oof.
you got it. I was just, Snail's nailing it.
I feel so bad.
Don't. It's totally good. Okay.
Have any of these kids been in detention before?
Yes.
You have absolutely seen Ash there.
Cool.
I mean, some of you were friends with her, but then she just got really weird. Almost like something happened, but she wouldn't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, cries.
Okay. Why do I have all of this left? What do you do?
Magic things.
Do I have anything over here? I didn't miss anything, did I? No. What the fuck are you?
Oh. Hey, Snail.
Yeah?
So much information has happened in a period of time that I completely brain blanked on what the guy actually said to Gillian.
Right. So, what he said was effectively a lot of real facts about bees, but the important part was...
but
The other
Yeah, no.
the other
Chris-
guy.
You know, the one that's coming up later.
Wait, okay. Crystal guy or bee guy?
Crystal guy.
Crystal guy said it sang to me again or once more or something like that. But the part
Okay.
was it sang to me some indicator of continuing or
And I'm back.
Cool. Thank you.
And I have
Thank
food.
you.
What I miss?
nothing. All of us just trashing Ash and then
No.
Abby and I laughing about the fact that we know things and then crying about the fact that we know things.
Yeah.
Don't
Yep.
trash the angsty child, even if she is kind of a jerk.
I put the fastest description I could of the pre-established facts.
Hi, Goober.
Alright, let me turn on the fan and then is everybody back?
Hi, kitty.
Not Kraken. We'll wait for Kraken, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted.
No, you're so fine. I was making a
You
joke.
were muted.
Haha, you were muted.
The eternal pain.
Okay. I do have pictures to share.
Ah, pictures.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Give us the pictures.
I'm booting up Discord on my phone.
Give us the art.
Alright. Also, like I said, there's not like a time limit on this. I'll probably try to wait before I post the next recap until everybody has listed their adult and child in the post. But I did the last recap late anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh, hello! Is this
Yeah.
a Digimon?
Zoids.
It's got guns.
It has so many guns.
It's a dinosaur with guns.
It's a
Yeah.
romance!
Oh my
Gender
God.
neutral.
I love Zoid model kits. And this is this is what I do.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
That's
I-
good shit.
Alright. I think we're all back.
Vibrates.
Oh boy! You think you're vibrating? We've gone past the part that I planned out more thoroughly, so like, whoops! Here we go!
Oh boy!
Don't worry,
We're moving
I
into
still
wing
have
it
general
territory.
ideas. It's just like the parts that I like really solid ideas on. Those are the parts that we went past. So, hello!
Into the unknown.
Alrighty, so let me make sure that I have parsed this right. Terry and Connor are going to Katie's place.
I think there's the water.
Oh yeah, they were staring at the water.
We zoomed out on seeing the water, yeah. But actions after that, either during school or after school, probably depends on when Connor thinks Mama Katie won't be there.
Mama Hatfield.
Mama Hatfield, yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and ask Hex. When
Hi.
would be more likely for Mama Hatfield to not be there? During school or after?
Honestly, after. Mama Hatfield works evenings or nights, probably.
Noted.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that just makes things even better because Mason, you definitely forgot that Jesse was coming over today to like babysit you. So whoever's on Mason's team is also gonna have Jesse tagging along, and you guys definitely don't want Jesse to figure out stuff. So what sort of teams are y'all splitting into? What are we rolling with?
Okay. Well, Tim Tim's got the other walkie-talkie, so he's kind of just going to be like on standby. So he's probably just kind of hanging out with Mason at the moment.
I imagine Terry's probably gonna go with Connor to sneak in.
Yeah. Connor would want to grab Terry, the witness.
Terry has no issues with this. They have no issues whether this takes place after school or before or during. They have no issue playing hooky and don't think about consequences because 10-year-olds never do.
Listen,
God,
they're
yeah.
baby and they're deeply traumatized, and for that I am sorry. Even though I am the one that did that, because you guys were trying so hard to keep the consequences from being hard, and then Uni heard me laughing, and it was just the most delightful thing ever to hear Uni's panicked, "Why is Snail saying no?" I still think about that moment.
I understood immediately what happened, and I was just like, guys, we need to let Snail finish it.
Yeah.
It was so good. Listen, part of the reason that I'm so excited that I got the title out is obviously, because it's responsible to make sure that you get the title out and so that you guys can re-listen to the episode. Part of it is literally just that I'm going to now be able to go back and listen to my chaotic laughing.
God.
Great. God damn it.
Okay, no, I'm cool. I'm calm. I could do this. Okay, so we have Connor and Terry on team going back to the scene of the crime. And then we have Tim Tim with the radio and Mason, unfortunately, in heavy quotation marks because I did this on purpose, having to divert Jesse from the whole thing.
Having to lie to an adult.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no, we're screwed.
I don't know. It is Jesse.
Yeah, does Jesse count?
I mean, it is
Adult
up to you.
question mark?
If y'all want to try and loop Jesse in from the get-go, I'm not gonna be the one to stop you.
Oh.
Entirely up to y'all. Jesse's just showing up because it's time to babysit the little dude.
Uh-huh. Mason is just vibrating.
Yeah.
He's got the leg jimmies real bad.
Ah, the good old ADHD leg jimmies. I understand you, kid.
Taking.
Jesse is basically just walks in when it is time to be there to watch Mason, and just goes, "Hey, little man, what's on the agenda tonight?" Because he knows Mason, Mason's kind of got his own way of doing things, and Jesse had tried to do things his way, and he found it's just easier to let Mason do things.
That's the sign of a good babysitter that actually sees a kid that's so neurotic he has to do things his way and goes, I'm so chill, I will literally let you do things your way.
I'm just here to make sure you don't burn the house down, and also so your parents don't get ticketed for leaving in minor unaccompanied.
And also to get paid.
Yeah, also to get paid. They do pay pretty well.
Like, Mason is not fully, like, he doesn't really acknowledge that Jesse has come in. I imagine he's, like, got his homework out and is just sort of looking like he's doing it, but he's just kind of staring at it.
Which, Mason is the kind to do his homework right when he gets home, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Jesse doesn't like pay that any like. Oh yeah, all right. He like walks in and just goes, "Oh yeah, getting the good grades. Hell yeah, good job." Sorry, heck yeah, good job. Kind of like casually peeking over his shoulder to see what Mason has out. Goes, math. Yeah. Alright. You have fun. And then he moseys on into the kitchen.
So what's for dinner?
That's
Jesse?
a good That's a good question. What? Let's see. Jesse is peeking at presumably whatever note got left of like do XYZ and he just goes, right, mac and cheese. Okay. Easy enough. Jesse cannot cook, but he can do box stuff, so that's all right.
All right. Go ahead.
Jesse, hypothetically, if...
Yeah, little man?
If you saw, like, a thing that didn't, make any sense, like you learned about something that is not like anything else you learned about, where do you go to learn more about? Because I'm sorry, this is stupid. I'm gonna go read more. I'm sorry.
Ain't no such thing as stupid questions, kid, but I mean, the deer in headlights. The deer in
It's
headlights
stupid,
of
and forget it. Doesn't matter.
Seems to matter to you, kid. Some happen at school.
There was this rock, okay, and I thought I could learn about and I've spent all day yesterday reading about rocks to try and figure out what is going on with the rock that we found that isn't like any other rock, and I couldn't find anything about it. And everyone said, "She's fine, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. She's just taking a..." And then she wasn't at school today, and then she also wasn't at school today, and then there were more rocks that weren't rocks, but rocks have to be rocks. They can't, that they are defined by being like what rocks are like, and I don't know what to do, and everyone's just going off and doing their own thing, and I don't know what to do.
So, Jesse has listened to all of this, and his eyebrows have been progressively climbing closer and closer to his hairline as he is just struck with, oh, this child is stressed, and then he kind of only catches part of this panicked rambling, and he just goes, "You know, we got a science center up the road. They could probably tell you more about weird rocks."
Do they allow people to go there?
Do they, Snail?
I am gonna need you to define what you mean by the science center.
It's, I'm assuming, like, for a small town, they might have, like, I shouldn't have called it a science, like a museum, kind of, like...
Oh, okay.
Jesse calls it the sciencey place, because it's, like...
No, you're so valid. Let me write that down in locations, because we're definitely gonna be coming here all the time.
Yeah.
So,
And
do you think it's
Mason's...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And he's just like, "Ugh, but I went to the library and I spent all day and I thought I got it, and if like the books there don't have it, then I don't even know where to look for it, and I don't."
Internet?
Internet's...
The library has a computer that's on the... You gotta fight for it, though. That's no fun. Any of your friends got a computer?
I don't know. Do any of my friends have a computer?
Yes!
I'm gonna guess no, but if anybody does, feel free to correct me.
I mean, they're all busy.
Yeah,
they're all trying to figure it out, and they're gonna get something dumb, and I don't even know what they're gonna do because there's nothing. I want things to make sense again because they're not making sense, and I don't. Stupid. I'm sure.
Look, no, that don't sound stupid. Listen, weird things I'm not doing that. Nope. Sometimes life is just weird. And he's kind of fiddling with, he's got a hunk of, honeycomb in, like, a little jar in a necklace, and he kind of is fiddling with it as he's explaining, or talking now, and he just... Sometimes life is just weird, and weird things happen, and the best you can do is just roll with it, and kind of take the punches as they come, kind of like, pop quiz, there we go. It's like a pop quiz, but for life.
If you study enough, then pop quizzes won't be a problem because you know all the things already, and...
But sometimes you don't. That's the point. Sometimes it's a surprise, and you don't feel prepared, and you can only do your best.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks.
Look, you seem stressed out. Your thing says mac and cheese tonight. Do you want to go get something else? Like, something that might help you not feel so stressed?
Fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, he's gonna worry about it.
This is just... I need to finish my homework. Let's forget it.
Alright, kid. I mean, I ain't your parents, but, well, if you need to just shout, I guess, whatever. You know, all ears or something. I don't... yeah. I'm gonna go start dinner, then.
I would kill for
And
these
Jesse is going
two.
to move into the kitchen.
I would kill for these two. Oh my
Your Honor, I'm good.
Do you guys understand why I sometimes just let you go off and just sit back and don't do anything? It's because you do stuff like this. It's because I trust you. I need you guys to know it's never because I'm like looking back and being like, oh boy, they're getting themselves into the real... No, it's because I love you guys so much and you're so good at doing the thing. Okay, so with that... my dearest Connor, my beloved Terry, how's about y'all go ahead and start the sneaking mission?
Dun, 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 dun.
How are you going about this? What sort of angle are you going for?
Terry is following Connor. Terry will do what Connor says, because Connor is the big kid.
Connor is the big kid who knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Connor's ultimate goal is to get into Katie's room and find the answers that will solve everything.
Oh, those answers.
Yeah, you know, the ones that are obviously right there.
Mm-hmm. Those ones.
And Terry can direct Connor to, if they want to be sneaky, Terry can direct Connor to take the window that is never locked.
Is Terry going to point that out?
Yes. Terry will point at the window, at least.
Connor nods, just like, yeah, no, you're right. Usually unlocked. He just wants to make double, triple sure that Mrs. Hatfield is out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
To, like, investigate a mystery, or... read a bad situation, maybe?
Is there a help action Terry can give Connor for this?
There sure is a help action. It's called Help Out.
Cool. Terry's going to be a little helper.
I'm trying to decide if this is read a bad situation, investigate a mystery, or act under pressure. Because, like...
I think how he's trying to figure it out is Connor would check to see if a car was still in the garage. So, you know, some garages have like those little windows, but they're high up.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to climb something to peek in to make sure that the car is not in the garage.
All right, go ahead and read a bad situation, and how that happens and the help out roll goes will tell me everything I need to know.
All right.
All right. So,
pray that you roll well, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause that's plus
oh,
3.
good. Nothing is sharp. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh boy!
Okay, what's my cool? Oh yeah, my cool is not bad. Not terrible. That is an 8. Straight 8.
Cool. Connor got a 5.
Oh no!
Oh, did he?
Oh
Oh no!
Oh, and, you do get a +1 to your roll because I rolled an 8, and
no!
however,
That's still a
also
+6.
yes, Mary's also exposed themselves to trouble or danger.
Uh-huh! Okay!
You're doing great.
Alright!
Katie doesn't have a dog, does she?
Oh my god.
Does Katie
You
have a dog?
know?
I feel like Katie's the kind of person to have a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, as a
And it would
wolf
be a-
girl, okay, so misread a situation or reveal tactical details to your enemies is what happens on a miss, and then roll to help out. You still help, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
What does Snail decide to do with us?
Give me a second. I legitimately have to think about what I'm going to do to you guys.
Lord.
I
Oh,
love
beer?
No rush. I'm just here eating my spaghetti. in
Please
fear.
do.
Shout out to my mom who makes really good spaghetti sauce. Cause God, you could have this shit.
Oh my
It's so
god,
good.
mom's spaghetti!
It's
Oh
fucking...
my god!
I fucking,
No.
you guys are gonna make me jealous if you keep talking about spaghetti. I fucking love spaghetti so much.
Pasta.
It's got so much ground meat and mushrooms. This shit is literally could just be its own soup. You don't even
Oh
need
my
noodles.
God, it's like a chili.
It is. It's so freaking good.
Okay,
Chunky sauce, best sauce.
here's what I think happens. I think, Connor, you don't see any cars in the garage. So Mrs. Katie totally has to be gone. Like, they've only got one car, but if it's gone, surely Mrs. Katie is gone too. She wouldn't like let her husband use the car if she wasn't also going. And also, like, it just makes sense if Katie's vanished that by this point they would be gone, so they're probably gone. Terry, Terry, what I think happens is Connor, like, picks you up and holds you up to the window to try and see, and you, like, try to, like, balance on his arms and, like, put a foot on his head and try to do stuff, but eventually it's, like, so uncoordinated, you both fall, and I think you take 1 point of harm.
You hurt the child.
Monster.
Oh.
Ah, jeez. Are you okay, Terry?
I feel like Terry has a little scrape on their elbow.
Oh.
The good news is having 1 harm does not hurt even the children. I swear, I will get into what greater harm does. But just make sure that that's marked and remember it for now. It has no mechanical effect yet.
This is fine.
Fear.
So now that you are definitely convinced that the house is empty, how are you approaching it? Are you still going up the window?
Well, Terry points out the little step that they had used before to look through the window to Connor. They hadn't got the chance to because Connor just picked them up.
Yeah.
And they like
Connor's
feeling
in the
tall.
business of, Terry's the apparent expert on all this. May as well follow Terry's steps, and Terry was, being a creeper through the window. So.
As you do when you're a child.
Yeah.
Connor cannot blame Terry. Goodness knows, Connor and Katie have lurked outside of many a window.
Yeah.
I feel like just passing, Terry has seen this on occasion.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just like
They're not always the most subtle lurkers.
Sometimes you gotta be secret agents, okay?
Yeah, I think Terry sometimes sees this either walking from home or they're just looking outside the car window as while passing by, and they just see them and just take note.
Terry sees all.
It's probably because of that Terry picked up the habit of creeping.
We're influences.
Oh god. I love
Terry
that
learned
Terry
from you.
thinks this group of absolute dorks are the cool kids.
Yeah.
Do.
And she's right!
She is.
They're
To
older.
the window.
To the wall.
No.
Anyways, I think Terry just leads Connor.
Yeah.
They probably work together in opening the window, as kids do.
Connor probably knows, like, the best way to open this window that causes, like, the least amount of squeaky grinding.
And once they're in, Terry will go to the exact spot that they had seen the portal, and kind of just wave their arms about the room, and at the spot where the portal used to be, and also grab their drawing pad and wave that about as well.
Cool. Navigating back to basic moves. This is sounding like investigate a mystery.
Sure. Why don't you investigate something for me, my friend Aruni?
I feel like this should be a help again, because Terry's trying to explain this, but
All right.
I don't know.
Well, that's a 7 without help. Would be an 8 with help.
Yeah, go ahead and roll help out.
Alright.
Assuming the help works.
Let's see. That is a straight 7, which means it is help. But Terry also gets exposed to trouble or danger.
Okay.
Oh, honey.
So Terry, in your frantic movements, you don't actually see where the puddle was until you're stepping in it. It doesn't seem to do anything to your shoes. But you stepped in the puddle, and you now realize, but the puddle stayed there. The puddle was absorbed by the carpet, but
It's still wet. It's still a puddle.
I don't know.
Like damp, squishy.
I have to think about my world building before I solidly answer that question.
Evening time.
I know that Terry freezes up the moment they realize it.
I mean, I think it was absorbed by the rug and the carpet. Is that enough to... I don't think it's still damp. And I don't think it's like...
Would it
wet.
discolor the carpet? Is that how it's noticed?
I do think it discolors the carpet. I think another thing is that it's not wet, but I do take back what I said. I think it is still a little damp. Water evaporates, and from what Terry knows and has seen, this clearly has done some of that. But if you were to touch it, or as it's squishing under your shoes, the tiniest beads of liquid still seep out, even though it's been a full day since it poured out of the whatever it was.
Huh. This is weird. And Terry's gonna, I guess, do a very kid thing and just stomp on it. Like how a kid would stomp in a puddle. Mm-hmm. And they are wearing their rain boots that they always wear. They're bright pink rain boots.
That's very good. It reacts like a damp carpet would. More water beads up. It's not a crazy amount. It doesn't sploosh out of nothing, but it reacts like water that's been left a couple hours, not like water that's been left for a whole day. And you sort of think back and you realize that the water hadn't absorbed in the carpet when you first ran. It wasn't sucked up by the carpet when you first saw it. And now it sort of has. And everything in your brain is just screaming weird, 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 weird. Not even wrong, just
weird. I think Terry, after a few stomps and the realization of weird, kind of waves at Connor a little bit and steps back to reveal where this wet spot on the carpet is. And they will also dig into their backpack and pull out the thermos full of the weird water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Connor's getting down to ground level hands and knees.
Terry joins him.
Let me just quickly check my items. See if I have anything interesting. Nope, not for this.
all right.
He does have a tape recorder, though. Oh yeah, and he also has he has a walkie-talkie at the moment. I'm just gonna put that down. Walkie-talkie for now. I believe that means I get to ask one question.
You sure do.
From the list. I think most
what I'll go
Pressing
ahead
one
and
on
say is
Connor's mind. Mhm.
just because the list is so limited, because in general it's trying to focus on like investigating one type of creature, and I've already established this mystery is unfortunately not that. I swear that I will give you a normal mystery next time, I swear. But go ahead, and as long as it's still in the same realm of stuff, you don't have to ask me specifically the questions that are there. Even though that's like normally reserved for a super success, just because again, the shape of this mystery is different than the questions normally are directed towards. So go ahead and ask me one question, and again, only from the stuff that you've got in front of you, but I will try to answer a more generalized question or a differently focused question.
All right. I think the question that's most pressing on Connor's mind that translates this is, what can this weird liquid crystal do? I assume everyone only looked at it at lunch, or was anyone stupid enough to stick their fingers in or drink it?
Carrie would not have let them.
Because Terry is a good, smart girl.
Smart kid.
Terry would have, like, shut the thermos on any fingers that came too close.
So, as you're looking at this liquid, it doesn't seem to, like, move towards you. As Terry was stomping on it, it didn't seem to be, like, trying to twist around her like some of the scary monsters that you've seen in children's shows that come out of water and do things. And while Terry was holding the thermos, it was still extremely passive. If you decide to poke it with like various different things, it mostly still reacts like water. Even if you were to sort of like sidle your way down the hallway until you got to one of Mrs. Katie's plants and like pull off a leaf, when you sort of like poke it at the water, nothing initially happens. But like you put it away and try to like poke it with something else, nudge it with your shoe. And then you look back at the leaf and see that like at the very tip of where you touched it against the water, there was the slightest bit of discoloration. It's very slight, so the fact that you like looked at it hard enough to actually see it, you sort of like think that can't be real until you like pull it under the light and you see it definitely did something, and you like move it so that you can like look at the stem and squint, and it's so small and so slow you can't really tell what's happening yet, but if you like give it a couple hours, something has happened.
Connor's keeping that leaf.
Good. Something in the leaf is reacting to the water very slightly and very slowly.
Terry is gonna, since no one is home, Terry's gonna go to the kitchen and steal some tongs.
Hey.
And
Alright.
Yeah, while Terry's doing that, Connor's like actually looking down at his hands because he's realizing they all, maybe not Terry, his friend group have all handled this thing with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Terry.
They've all handled the rock, and he's assuming the rock may have some properties. Like, also, if he's reading Terry's drawings right, Katie put this in her mouth, and Natalie had this in her mouth, and
To be fair, Katie washed the rock after Natalie had it, but yeah.
Terry, as he's having this worrying thoughts arise, Terry comes back, rifles for the baggie in their backpack, and will use the tongs to take a bit of the crystal, and then take the thermos, and kind of probably gently nudge Connor with their elbow before heading towards the bathroom. and is literally going to try and hold crystal over sink and just very gently kind of pour a little bit of water on the crystal and see what happens.
Oh my god, you guys, I love you so much. You guys are so smart and good and funny.
I mean, Terry's going to do this unless Connor stops them, but Terry
Connor may not know exactly what Terry is planning, but Terry has a plan of some sort, so he's trotting along after.
Terry is a child on a mission.
So first of all, Connor, I will go ahead and say, when you look at your hands, you notice none of this discoloration. You sort of like, when you're in the bathroom, like, look in the mirror and sort of like worriedly like look forward, like pull your gums away so that you can look at your teeth. You don't see any sort of the discoloration on yourself, even though you guys did handle the crystal, even though none of you touched the liquid. It seems like there's some sort of factor that's changing. And then I'm so sorry, Terry, you guys both went with E names, and now we're gonna get them confused forever.
Yep. The name that came to my head and I stuck with it.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Hang on, I know exactly what's happening, I just gotta phrase it. Yeah, so then, with tongs in hand, and the crystal pinched between them, Katie very slowly
Terry.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Terry, thank you.
You did preface that you were going to do this, and you did, so...
I did. I didn't intend to do it so soon, but I sure did.
No worries.
Terry slowly tips the crystal water down, and honestly, kid hands are so unsteady that she probably only intended for like one drop to trickle down, and it's like a small pour, like she pulls it back as soon as possible,
like oops.
But rather than something explosive, rather than something catastrophic, instead, what happens is the liquid falls on the crystal, lands, and coats the broken part. And then in front of your eyes, much faster than anything that happened with anything else you guys saw reacting to it, the crystal heals in front of your eyes.
Oh.
It does not return to its original form. You guys saw that it was like a long, skinny chunk, and when it was chewed and chomped in half, it does not return to the long and skinny, but the breaks and facets that had been exposed by the very distinctive teeth are coated over. The long line that had trailed down the middle of it gets resealed. And there's just no other way to describe it than it heals in front of you.
Oh, Terry has another idea. And Terry's gotten suddenly very excited, and they quickly hand the thermos over to Connor. They, still with the crystal and the tongs, they are rushing back to Katie's room. With
Terry, don't stop what you're doing, but wait up.
They kind of pause at Katie's door, but they're doing that little impatient little run in place.
Clutching the thermos and just...
They do wait, but once Connor catches up, they're moving. They have a thought.
Continue the thought.
The thought stops as soon as they get to the spot in Katie's room with the portal opened, and they just wait for something to happen. As far as the thought goes, they're gonna see if the crystal reacts in any way, or if the crystal does something.
What? What was Katie doing with it, Terry? Like,
They had actually put their tablet down. They go over, still careful with the tongs. Pick it up and flip to the page where Katie is biting. The stick figure Katie is biting the rock.
Big old teeth, just chomp.
Yeah, it's like very cartoonish, like chomp, like chain chomp biting this thing.
So,
Connor's gonna sit on Katie's bed and hold out his hand for the rock.
Terry's gonna look at Connor's hand, and I think they're gonna start walking over. Pause. They're gonna go over to their backpack, search around a bit before pulling out just a tiny little container that has a bunch of Kleenexes in it. Pull a few out, then go over to Connor, place those on top of his hands, and then the crystal.
Fair enough.
Safety's important. They have their long sleeves, so they're not worried, but Connor has...
Connor does not quite have not sleeves long enough to cover his hands, so the Kleenex is a good idea.
Yeah. Safety.
PPE, everybody.
never forget it.
PP.
Now bite the rock.
Yeah, he's looking down. Like, Connor knows for a fact he does not have the sheer bite strength Katie does. He does not have the jaw power.
Alligators don't have the jaw power.
I think Terry makes like a little chomp sounds with the tongs. more as a question.
Connor's gonna fumble and pull out the walkie-talkie and have that ready in one hand, and look, guys, his real hesitation is he does not want to go to the dentist. He fucking hates the dentist. So he's going to...
Dentist.
Terry raises their hand.
Did you say Terry raises their hand?
Yes.
Connor points with the walkie-talkie. Yeah?
Terry will fumble a bit with the tongs and their drawing pad, scribble a little bit, and just turn around and just say, "Smash with big rock?" Question mark. The question mark is drawn the wrong way. And rock is spelled with a K, no C.
Maybe. Like, I'm just gonna... We'll try this first. Connor's gonna lick the rock.
Connor?
Lem.
You hear an audible "ew" from Terry.
Oh!
Hey, Connor?
Yeah?
Roll use magic for me?
Oh, fuck.
Oh!
That's plus weird, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to like, does he even have any weird? He does have weird.
He does.
Oh, use magic.
Go,
All right.
boy, go!
Come on, Connor. Do some weird.
Go, weird little man.
You go, you weird little man.
Oh, little gremlin.
Oh boy. Okay. So, we got a 7.
Oh no.
7. All right.
Oh no. Oh yes. Oh no.
It works imperfectly. You get to choose your effect, and I get to choose your glitch.
Oh. Effect. Let's have a look at these. Trap swim, vanish, communicate something that's not your language. Huh.
Ooh.
Most of these are like assuming you're in combat, so...
You can.
On one hand, it would be fucking funny if I just enchant his baseball bat.
It sure would be. I don't think it would quite work like that.
You know. However this works. The interesting one is do one thing... Oh, wait. There's 2 other things I completely missed. Observe another place or time. I mean, fuck, Connor would sure love to observe another place or time, specifically the one that Katie is at.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started with a shattered crystal that was within Katie's mouth. You then healed the crystal, brought it to the place where Terry was able to see, although she wasn't able to convey to you guys, that there was still some sort of effect hanging around the room. And then you used your saliva and licked the crystal. So I believe what happens is, since it was a hesitant lick, you only get a couple of seconds. But you suddenly blink and see through Katie's eyes, watch as she, like, abandons a tree and starts moving towards something that is black and white and looking gray with a jagged edge around a world that is green. And then you blink and you are, unfortunately, back where you were, but you recognize the hand that was moving forward. You have positively identified Katie, even though you have no idea where she is.
But there's a way to at least not communicate, but a way to. This is some kind of seer stone. Clearly,
It's some kind of something.
Does Terry see anything that happens to Connor during this?
Does Terry squint while Connor's doing this?
I mean, yeah, they're keeping a very close eye.
All right. During the moment that this is happening, and it is just for a moment, even though Connor gets a few extra seconds from the magic, you see the stone flash in the same color as the portal was, and you see the tiniest fragment of the edge that was torn, even though it was fading and you couldn't really see it when you came back. You see it reappear for the moment that the stone was lit up in the exact same color. And then the stone goes dark and the tear, you still can't see the rest of it, but if you squint really hard, you can still see just that tiny bit of edge slightly hanging in the air.
Oh, that gives Terry an idea. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Terry's gonna wait and see if Connor's okay first, but they're doing a little, like, very excited run in place. Because it works. It works.
Connor is blinking hard and clutching the stone. He's just like, I saw Kate. I was Katie. That was her.
Matt scribble on their tape. Where?
I don't know where. I didn't recognize it. Weird.
Flip.
Place.
Scribble. Crystal?
Yeah. There was.
They flip over, scribble. An S is added to crystal. Crystals. It's not plural.
Maybe it was like she was going towards something, but yeah, it didn't look like
Flip.
anywhere I've ever seen
Have
on
idea.
TV. Sorry, I missed that.
They scribbled in their thing and it says, I have idea. Flip, scribble. Use, make new door, get Katie back.
I like that idea. Not disagreeing.
Hop. Terry's doing a little hop. Very excited hop. Like, oh, they had an idea. They can fix this. They can get Katie back.
I, at the very least, want Tim because Tim can do a punch.
Terry thinks about this, and Terry nods.
Mm-hmm.
But Terry's also still like, Terry's gonna be just doing very excited little hops for the duration.
So we could try that, but we'll want the whole gang. Want more people.
Terry will nod. They will go back and retrieve the little plastic baggie and hold it out to Connor.
Connor hesitates a moment, like he's, irrationally afraid that relinquishing the stone will like somehow upset this new discovery. Like, what if it doesn't work later? But pops it back in. And who has the other radio? Is it Tim?
Tim does.
Yeah. Connor is pressing the button, and I need to think of what was Tim's code name?
Jawbreaker.
God.
Terry's gonna go back, put the crystal and thermos back in their backpack, sling backpack to their chest, and just hug it. They are the protector of these things.
Mm-hmm.
The tongs. Go put the tongs back. We leave no trace.
Terry nods and goes to go put it back. They're gonna wash it first.
Smart.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
While you're washing the tongs, you hear a voice bellow, "Katie!"
What?
What did Terry hear?
Oh, God.
Katie, you come
Someone
back
approaches.
right now! I know that was unclear, that was intentional, but it is Katie's mom outside calling for Katie. She has not noticed you yet, but the house wasn't quite as abandoned as you guys thought it was.
Oh,
shit.
dear.
Oh,
Hold on. I'm just gonna. Oh, I forgot. I had a thing for our help things, but it doesn't matter. Cool. Terry's gonna. They're amazed they didn't drop the tongs when they heard the yell. They just slowly leave the tongs in the sink, and just are gonna quietly sneak back to Katie's room and close the door and try and get to their drawing pad and say, "We not alone."
Connor doesn't notice this first because Connor has, clicked on the walkie-talkie, just like, Golden Boy, Jawbreaker, come in.
Jawbreaker copies. Golden Boy, what's your situation?
I saw Katie, but not here. It's a lot to explain. Listen, we had a breakthrough. We're getting out of here.
Oh, okay. Where is she?
That's a really, really good question. Over.
Do you need me to come over? Over?
Connor's about to say, I don't think so, but then Terry, starts tapping his arm.
Yeah, it shows and just shows the not alone and points to the door.
Oh, Miss Hatfield's home.
Flip, scribble. Stay or leave.
Connor points to leave while now whispering into the radio. Big Mama is home, apparently. We're getting out here. If you don't hear back from us in 15 minutes, assume I'm dead.
Do you need me to run distraction?
If you're brave.
I am brave.
You're so brave, Jawbreaker.
Yeah, Tim, They're just like, over. I'll be back. Over. Clicks off. Like,
Over.
pockets like the thing. Runs out into the garage, grabs like a thing of like the grease that his dad uses for mechanics, and then like puts 2 streaks under his eyes, and then just books it out the garage.
I love these kids so much.
Okay, so just to be clear, Tim is coming over to Katie's house.
Yes.
To run a distraction of some kind, apparently. Probably. To let these other kids get out of here. Because Miss Hatfield's scary.
Okay. If that's how you want this to go, that sounds great. Because I never did mention what glitch that magic had, did I?
Oh dear.
You didn't.
No.
Sounded like it was just a short duration to me, but go ahead and clarify, Snail. What glitch?
Yeah, no, the short duration was just because, well, that would be telling. The short duration was for another reason. The glitch? Well, you guys drew some immediate, unwelcome attention.
Hell yeah.
And Tim knows this before anybody else, because as he's trying to go around to the backyard and trying to catch Miss Hatchetfield before she encounters anything, he encounters something first in the form of a manic-looking man turned away from him with brown hair and a scientific lab coat
Oh no.
that when he turns is partially made of crystal.
Oh, fuck.
And that's where we will leave this session for the next
No!
Oh no!
How dare you?
You guys keep giving me things, and I keep going, oh my god, because they're so fun!
Oh god.
We got expanded crystal mechanics understanding. We got cliffhanger. We got Shannon is still missing.
Shannon is still missing.
We have been perceived.
Oh no.
I swear to God, Shannon is a character in this story, and I swear that Gillian's gonna get more screen time. I swear. I'm so sorry.
Snail, it's the nature of having so many characters.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Joe finding Shannon fucking dead in their apartment delivering pizzas or something.
Here's the thing, the nature of the kids is that they're just so much fun to be with that it's kind of hard to split the attention away from them.
It really is. It's really fun doing the kids are a lot of fun.
It's
The
the
kids are
Goonies
great.
vibe.
You guys
It
are
is.
too
It really is the Goonies
entertaining.
vibe. Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely would not mind if the ultimate answer is, yeah, the adults are slightly more like NPCs than full-on characters, even though we play them enough to keep them plot relevant. I would be totally fine if this secretly went from genre-breaking to, oops, actually the kids are just so much fun to play that we mostly play them.
Oops, it's all children.
We will see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh man. Oh man.
Okay.
I have happy thoughts.
Good.
Oh, this is interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's like actually like picturing this as like episodes in a TV show?
No, you're
That's
not.
Oh, completely.
my
Absolutely
intention.
not.
That is absolutely what I'm trying to do. I say arc 1, I totally mean season 1. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to use different labels for different things. I might change over to seasons. I don't know.
Whatever you like.
Episode 1 ends with fucking Katie getting Will Byers. Episode 2, freaking Monster Man.
Monster Man.
He did the man. He did the monster.
Monster Man. The Monster
We're gonna
Man.
speed run this block.
That
He was
boy,
a rock science dude.
no, but like, that's the song that this episode ends on. It ends on Monster Mash.
You did that?
Okay. Two
Yeah,
questions.
all this like huge magic drama is happening, and meanwhile, Mason is just like having an emotional stress breakdown.
But it's so good because he's getting support that he never would have gotten from his parents, sadly.
Unfortunately,
I
except
did not
he's, like,
expect Jesse to suddenly empathize. Like, I did not expect that. He just kinda
sorry,
went,
Jesse,
"Oh."
you're gonna realize pretty quick. Mason has big issues in regards to things like not knowing what something is and asking for help and being wrong.
Yeah.
But he did ask for help, and therefore I am so proud of him.
Yeah.
Love
The
him so
constant
much.
"this is stupid," Jesse's just like, "Oh, this is familiar. Oh no."
I'm empathizing with the nerd.
God.
Okay.
Oh, I'm pulling out the little honeycomb. It was so
Yeah.
Two quick
Because
questions.
he's just like, weird things. Gee, I don't know much about weird things. He lied lyingly.
Two questions. One, was there... Well, three questions. One, was there actually, this is all planning stuff, so let me stop the recording. Everybody say bye to the audience. We love you so much, audience.
Yeah.
Bye.